Yeah, it's fun. Hello and welcome, beautiful people. My name is Jack Cross, and I'm here with the beautiful Ranita Curtis, who is a naturopath and medical herbalist all the way from New Zealand. Hello, Ranita.
Hey, Jack.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm well. I had surf to start the day, so that's always fun.
Beautiful. Whereabouts were you surfing?
At my local Ruakaka beach.
All
Yeah,
right. And whereabouts is that located?
got to watch the sunrise in the water.
Bliss.
Bliss.
Bliss. Yeah, right. That's amazing. What a great way to start the day. And then what do you usually do first thing in the morning when you get home from the beach?
Well, it depends because as a mum, I've got to flex with when the children need to get ready and stuff. So this morning before I went to the beach, I got up and did my prayer and meditation time and declarations. And so, yeah, when I got back from the beach, it was time to help them get ready.
Wow, what a committed woman you are. Look at that, full-time mum, getting up, surfing 5:30 in the morning, and being able to come home. You're becoming a full-time practicing naturopath as well. So you've got so much on your plate, man. What a champion. And so the question is, you've got to have a lot of health and vitality in your life to be able to maintain this level.
I
Yeah,
do.
and sounds like you're starting your day the perfect way with your mantras, decrees, and affirmations. And what do you do nutritionally when you first get up in the morning?
So I've been having my green juice every morning.
Oh, green juice. What is that?
Show us your green juice, Jack.
Ah, you mean this stuff. Yeah. I like to call this liquid sunshine.
Yeah, definitely. Green juice is liquid sunshine. It makes my face shine like the sun.
Yes, it does, sister. You are shining in my eyes.
After after Christmas, and I wasn't fully having green juices every day, so I
Mm.
was feeling so average, and it reflected in how I felt my skin
Oh,
was. And so I've just picked up having a green juice every day again, and I can notice a difference for
I
sure.
can as well. You look like you're glowing to me. And that's what I notice as well, Rani, when it comes to vital health. Like people ask, like, what does that look like? What does that feel like? And just recently I've come back to Australia and I'm living in a mining city in northern Queensland. And so I've been doing some work back in the mining field, just taking a step back in my life. And I'm just sitting around, a lot of that world, and there's night shifts involved and a lot of coffee drinking, a lot of heavy processed foods,
Mm.
working away from the sunlight. And I can just really see a lot of inflammation and swelling in people's eyes and a dullness. It's kind of a dullness, and I'm voting everyone's victory and love everyone that I'm working with. But what does health look like? People always ask me, and health for me looks like vitality. It looks like what you're
Yes.
talking about. You're sparkling and you're shining, and you've got a lot of energy, but you're emanating this light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from your body.
Yeah, and it's a peaceful light too. It's just a really calming, kind of grounding feeling, but energized.
Yes, energized. It's buoyant, and your skin glows, and your light and your eyes sparkle, and there's no fluid retention and bags under your eyes, which for me
Hmm.
was a great indication of like digestive health and kidney health. And
Yeah.
all these symptoms show up in the face, as you know, as a naturopath. And this is one of the massive things that I've experienced in my own personal healing journey and practice as a health coach and iridologist and herbalist, is the power
Mhm.
of green juice and the power of liquids to heal and detoxify the body. So
Yeah.
the reason we're having this conversation is to talk a
Mhm.
little bit more about your experience, because recently you have just gone through your first real learning curve on juicing. Is that correct?
Yes. So my first juicing experience was 30 days.
Boom! No mucking around. This girl keeps it
Might as
real.
well do it. Just go for it. I'd never juiced before.
Oh
So
my gosh, you're a hero. You're a heroine, a heroine.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll tell you a little bit about why I jumped straight into a 30 juice cleanse.
please.
So I was in America. That's where I met you, and we became friends. And
What a divine
just
intervention it was.
yeah, so wonderful. And the day before I was going to leave America, I ended up in ER because I had pain from an ovarian cyst.
Wow.
So I'd known I had this ovarian cyst, and I had made the effort to make some changes in my lifestyle because I didn't choose to have it cut out of my body. As a student in naturopathy at the time, I knew something was out of balance, and I knew that my body had what it was able to heal if I could give it what it needed. So I was in America in ER in excruciating, extreme pain, needing to catch my flight home, which thankfully, in this case, thankfully for some hard, pain medications, I stumbled onto a plane and made it home on time to my family. So that was my big wake-up call. That was my body not whispering or suggesting or hinting. That was my body shouting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had you heard the whispers earlier, Rani? Had the body been whispering?
Yes, totally. The body had been whispering, and, I knew there was a cyst there, and I would have pain from time to time. And it sometimes would, escalate a little bit, but it would just always button off. So, yeah. And I'd done a few things, like I'd eaten ketogenic for a while, and that actually did shrink the cyst for a little while. But I mean, eating that way it took months, and so a juice cleanse was your advice, Jack.
Aha, yes.
Yeah. Now, I talked to you before I had this episode and ended up in hospital because I told you I'd had an ovarian cyst, and 30 days on juice will clear that up.
Yeah, straight away it just came through. And I mean, like, we get messages coming through to us all the time, looking at it more, from a spiritual standpoint. Like, when your heart asks, God comes through other people with messages and whispers, you know what I mean? And like, I believe a lot of times that's divine intervention, like whether it's from me or you or a random stranger. Like, sometimes when we're looking for an answer, externally we might speak it, internally we might be saying it in prayer, and a message will come to us, and then it's up to us to walk the path and follow that message and trust that is the right direction. How many people do you know, like, get these messages all the time, but they're afraid to step into the unknown because it's something brand new and different for them? And like, this would have like reshaped your world really when you first heard and thought about 30 days on juice. How am I going to do that? I've never done it one day on juice. Like, is this even possible? Am I going to survive? Like, what? Like, so I'm asking you, what were some of the fears potentially, or thoughts coming up into your mind, as I shared this information with you?
Yeah. It sounds easy, right? 30 days on juice and the cysts will be gone. I mean, that's like, great. It's amazing. It's only 30 days. The option of surgery or the other drugs, I mean, I think it's like 6 weeks for the size that would be a little light surgery. It was going to be quite involved. So I was like, okay, 30 days is much better than 6 weeks.
Yes.
And then, and also I wouldn't have a big scar on my body. But some of the things that were overwhelming was, okay, I'm a mum of 3 children, and I need to do all the stuff I need to do, I'm studying. I've got to cook and prepare food 2 to 3 times a day for my family. And then my husband was going to Myanmar for 2 weeks during the time that I was going to cleanse as well. So those were overwhelming.
Yes.
Thoughts.
And were you requiring to clear those fears?
Yeah. Well, I think they say courage isn't the absence of fear, but it's moving forward despite the fear. So I knew this would take courage. I'd just come back from America and spending time with beautiful people like you and my Young Living Oil family. And we just had so much encouragement and faith building stuff. So my spirit felt strong and my body was needing my spirit to take the lead.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah. And so you stepped into it. And I remember you writing to me and, sharing, like, at one point you're like, Jack, I'm really overwhelmed right now. I'm committing to starting this on the 1st of October. And I'm needing some support. So I shared with you a documentary, and this is like the power of hearing the message from several different people, the power of
Yeah.
hearing the word. And, you know, people say this all the time, and it comes up in every aspect of our life. Faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. And whatever that word needs to be, the repetition is the mother of skill. The repetition is the mother of mastery. So I shared with you a documentary that I've shared with quite a few people. Do you want to hear, talk about what that documentary was?
Yeah, it's called Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead. And coming from Positive Jack was like, hold up, what's this about?
Yeah.
So what's his name, Joe? Is it Joe Cross?
Cross.
Yeah, so he shares his journey of upgrading his health he did 60 days on juice.
Yes.
And man, I'm like, if that guy can do it, I mean, if that guy can do 60 days, I can do 30 days. I can do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, how inspiring was his story and the results that he got from the cleanse, and his
so inspiring.
and how many people he impacted on his journey.
Yeah. Such a courageous journey, and you know that's my heart's desire, that my journey can inspire others, that you know our bodies can heal. Our bodies are incredible, and when we give our bodies what they need, they can clean up and cleanse and heal and transform.
Absolutely. Like we've got no idea what we can reverse. I believe everything's absolutely here to be healed and upgraded. And as you and me both know, the body whispers, the body whispers, the body whispers. And then if you're not hearing it whisper, it starts getting louder until it screams. And I always share this with people. If you listen to the body when it whispers, you're never going to have to hear it scream. It's one of my mantras. Yeah, absolutely. And I've experienced my body scream at me several times. So, you know, I'm saying those words out to remind me as well. They say all coaching is self-coaching.
Yes, come on. That's
it. So I mean, moving on. So you decided to start the cleanse, and you dove in 30 days. The script was written. Rani took it and jumped straight in. So did you have a juicer? Did you have like an idea of where you were going to get your groceries from? Had you started to map out a plan? Being a well-organized mother of three, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I borrowed a juicer at first, but after doing my quick research, I was like, I need a cold press juicer. It's going to be optimal.
Yes.
And I'm doing 30 days. I'm choosing optimal juice. No compromise. So I got a cold press, beautiful Oscar juicer, and the children were so happy because it doubles as an ice cream maker. So we always keep, frozen bananas. We have frozen bananas, frozen fruit. So we use the juicer for juices and ice cream all the time in this house.
Awesome.
So they were really happy. And then I usually go to our local farmers market in Whangarei. It's like a 30-minute drive. I usually go there on Saturday mornings. So I went prepared to do a couple of trips. So I've got my big grandma trolley cart thing, and I had to do a couple of trips and just bought some bulk produce, tried to get as much spray-free or organic as I could.
Beautiful.
But it's truckloads of produce, people.
Right.
The juice for 1 week is truckloads, like it's 2 fridges worth of produce. That was my experience.
And so, like, that's like right there, Rani. I mean, you're just pumping liters and liters of organic produce into your temple.
Yes.
Man, you must have been getting fat eating all of that excess food.
Fat on sunshine.
You weren't, but right? You were leaning up. Like,
yeah.
What was so you're going through this, you've got your juicer now, you've got all your produce, and like you said, truckloads, like you can't eat that much in a week, right, Rani?
No. So you're just getting the liquid nutrients, like superfoods, just pure. My favorite juice, like the green morning juice, I like with celery, apples, ginger, lemon, and either kale or spinach or any leafy green. And I loved, and I still am loving that green juice. The greens, are those leafy greens, like who else is going to eat that much?
Exactly.
Kale, spinach, it's a great way.
You can't literally get it in. Like, it's so filling because of the fiber. So
Yeah.
like that's what's happening when we're juicing, right? We're just removing all of that fiber and we're super concentrating the rays. I call it the river of life, really, because it's the rays of life, which are the rays of the sun, making contact with all of these different consciousness plants and literally putting phytotherapy into them, and the minerals are pulling the nutrients up. The roots are pulling the minerals up from the soil. So it's perfectly packaging the minerals with the phytochemical and the antioxidant values of all the fruits and vegetables. And then we're power washing our cells with this. You're power washing your cells with the rays of life, man. And does it light you up?
Yes, it lights you up and flushes you out.
Yes, exactly. Because you can't heal and regenerate on toxic tissue, right?
No. And that's, in my case, I had a cyst, a collection of toxic tissue that my body was just holding to keep me safe from it until it had an opportunity to remove it.
Exactly. And if the pathway isn't clean, and so you're a naturopath, Rani, I've been working with people, detoxifying them and studying detox with, I've worked in 3 healing centers, and I've mentored under 3 holistic and medical doctors in my time, in my experience. And under all of these protocols with all of these doctors, they've all been integrative. So even the medical doctors were having a deep-rooted understanding in detoxification and health. So I felt very blessed with the people that I've learned from. And obviously the student seeks out the teacher, and the student's ready, the teacher comes. And we had juice therapy as a critical part of all of our protocols. And we got amazing results. So Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida was a raw food, plant-based diet. That was my first initial. We did greens juice every day using sprout, celery, cucumber. When I was with Dr. Lodi at an Oasis of Healing in Arizona, and also Verital Life in Thailand, we had juice therapy as a huge part. It was an integrative cancer clinic, and everyone that came in would be put on if they could handle it physically. Because as you know, it takes a lot of willpower, and it also takes, you got to be strong to sort of jump on a juice cleanse initially. We would get them to jump on a juice cleanse as quickly as possible, because we had to clean and flush the living temple and the toxicity out of the body so we could start healing and regenerating.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we need our liver functioning optimally, our kidney, everything, all those elimination pathways need to be switched on so we can get rid of the toxins. And that's what cleansing is all about.
That's what is all about?
Cleansing, detoxifying. It's all about opening and supporting those pathways so our body can get rid of crap.
Right, absolutely.
And I talked a little bit about crap on my Facebook page and Insta page, when I was cleansing, because it's an important part of it. Like I had a lot of, I'm juicing, only juicing, and yet I'm still pooping like every day almost until the end.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? You pooped every day for 30 days?
Yeah, almost 25, and then it was every other day. But
that's amazing, Rani.
So how cleansed is my body getting during a 30-day juice cleanse? It's getting a really amazing opportunity to get rid of a lot of crap.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, Rani, like, how clogged up are we as humans?
Yeah, and I'm not even like a tragic, really unhealthy person. So it's quite surprising.
Yeah, very surprising. So now, like, I mean, like, you've had an embodied experience of, for me, like one of the top tiers of health. And, like I said, I've stood on the shoulders of giants when it comes to holistic health, people that have been working with, in this industry for 20, 30, even 40 years, working with people and seeing changes and transformation. So, I mean, now for me, like I'm not just a believer. I know, like, I can look someone in the eyes and say, you're going to heal, and not just heal, you're going to thrive. You're going to be potentially in the highest elevated state of your life energetically. I mean, to be able to handle that level, you've got to be ready physically, emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
And so as you went through the cleansing, like, what were some of the experiences that you went through? First of all, when you started detoxing, was there any fear in your dreams, or was there any emotional healing that took place with the physical healing?
Yeah, the first few days I was really tired. So I needed to get to bed early and be gracious with myself getting up. And I did have some intense dreams those first few days, like really vivid, really intense dreams. Yeah. I'm a big dreamer usually. So, but that was like next level, like, oh yeah, something's going on. Um, and like we talked about, like I love like time to meditate or pray and spend time like journaling. So I made space during my cleanse in the evenings to do those things, to participate, to write how I'm feeling, to do like an emotional release with essential oils.
Yes.
I knew my cyst was to do with creativity, and it was on my left side to do with feminine creativity. And so I was aware of allowing anything to come up that needed to be healed and loved and forgiven.
Beautiful. 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 This is
And
like such a big part of it, Rani, because a lot of people might not realize when they jump on a juice cleanse, it's not just about physically detoxifying. Me and you, we're both firmly rooted in chemistry, consciousness, spirituality, and health. There's no separation. This living temple is as sacred as it gets for me on this planet. And whether we're aware of that or not, like you'll become aware of it very quickly when you start going through a detoxing and having a healing experience.
Yeah. And the other thing is you just get crazy cleaning your home.
Yes. So why is that, Rani? Why all of a sudden do you want to start cleaning up your external space?
Because we are one. It's all linked. It's just all linked. This physical garbage we accumulate in our homes and clothes we no longer need, it all relates. And so when we cleanse from the inside, we cleanse our external environment. I mean, I've done a few cleanses before, so I've experienced that, but it was just funny. Oh, here I go again. And there was no intent to do it, but you just end up doing it.
And I mean, I know for me, I start feeling uncomfortable if my environment starts getting cluttered, or I walk into an environment that's cluttered. All of a sudden, like there is just like this uncomfortableness in me. It's something stirring up, and I've just got to create space. I've got to move things out of the way because like you said, the external is just a representation of the internal.
Yeah. And it's a really good visual for people to understand. I often tell my clients, like, the liver often needs support, right, in today's world. And it's like we cleanse our home, but we put everything in the garage, and when we're just not getting to the garage and storing up things there. And so when we're supporting the liver, when you're taking those carloads of things to the hospice or to donate to Goodwill or something, that's like supporting your liver. You finally, it got out of your house, but it didn't get out of
the liver.
The garage.
Exactly.
My garage clear out.
Yes, exactly. Now, this is so cool for me because you've studied naturopathy, Rani. Like you're not walking in unaware of health. You've done the groundwork scripturally, with your studies, like hands-on. How much of that were you able to a lot more maybe fully embody or understand, or what changes have you learned after having the physical experience of the detoxification?